What if I told you that someone in your life right now is manipulating you, not with obvious lies or threats, but with subtle, invisible tactics that have been quietly shaping your thoughts, your decisions, and even how you see yourself? And the scariest part? You probably thank them for it. Today, I'm going to expose 7 manipulation tactics that are being used on people every single day, at work, in relationships, even by people who claim to love you. By the end of this video, you will never see these situations the same way again. Let's begin. Welcome back to the channel. If you watched our last video on the dark triad, narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths, you already know what these people are. Today we go deeper. We're talking about how they operate, the specific weapons they use, and most importantly, exactly how you can shut each one down. Let's get into the 7 tactics. Tactic 1. Gaslighting. This is the manipulation tactic that causes the most long-term damage. And it's so subtle that most people don't realize it's happening for months or even years. Gaslighting is when someone makes you question your own reality. It sounds like this: that never happened. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. Everyone agrees with me. You're the problem. Over time, you stop trusting your own memory, your own feelings, your own judgment. You start going to them to find out how you should feel. That's exactly where they want you. How to shut it down? Start keeping a private journal. Write down events and conversations as they happen. When someone tells you that never happened, you'll have proof. And more importantly, you'll have proof for yourself. Your reality is valid. Don't let anyone rewrite it. Tactic 2. Love bombing. This one feels amazing at first. That's exactly what makes it dangerous. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with affection, attention, and compliments, all at once, very early in a relationship. They text you constantly. They tell you you're the most special person they've ever met. They make grand gestures. They make you feel like you've finally found your person. But here's the truth. It's no love. It's a setup. They're creating emotional dependency. They're making you feel so good that when they eventually pull back, and they will pull back, you'll do anything to get that feeling back. That desperation, that's the control they wanted all along. How to shut it down? Slow down. Healthy love builds gradually. If someone is overwhelming you with intensity too soon, that's not passion. That's a red flag. Real love is consistent, not explosive. Tactic 3. The silent treatment. Most people think the silent treatment is just someone being childish or upset. It's not. In the hands of a manipulator, it's a weapon. Here's how it works. You say or do something they don't like. Suddenly, complete silence. They ignore your calls, your messages, your presence. You start to panic. You apologize. Even when you did nothing wrong, you beg for their attention back. And when they finally forgive you, you're so relieved that you never challenge them again. That's exactly what they trained you to do. How to shut it down? Stop chasing the silence. When someone gives you the silent treatment, give them space, calmly. Don't apologize for things you didn't do. Don't beg. A person who uses silence as punishment is teaching you that your emotional needs don't matter. Believe them. Tactic 4. Guilt tripping. This one is so common that most people have experienced it from someone they love. Guilt tripping is when someone makes you feel responsible for their emotions, to control your behavior. It sounds like, after everything I've done for you, I guess I'm just not important to you. Fine. I'll just suffer alone. You always do this to me. Notice, none of these statements address the actual issue. They just make you feel like a terrible person. So you give in. You change your behavior. You prioritize their comfort over your own needs. Mission accomplished for them. How to shut it down. Separate guilt from responsibility. Ask yourself honestly, did I actually do something wrong? If yes, apologize and fix it. If no, recognize that their emotional reaction is theirs to manage, not yours to fix. You are not responsible for managing someone else's feelings at the cost of your own. Tactic number 5. Intermittent reinforcement. This is the most addictive manipulation tactic on this list. And once you understand it, so many confusing relationships will suddenly make sense. Intermittent reinforcement is when someone gives you rewards, love, attention, kindness, on an unpredictable schedule. Sometimes they're warm and loving. Sometimes they're cold and distant. You never know which version you're going to get. And here's the psychological trap. Our brains are actually more addicted to unpredictable rewards than consistent ones. It's the same reason people can't stop gambling. You keep trying to get back to the good moments. You become hooked on chasing their approval. This is not an accident. Manipulators do this deliberately. How to shut it down. Recognize the pattern. Write it down if you have to. Ask yourself, is this relationship consistently good? Or am I just chasing good moments? You deserve consistency, not a slot machine. Tactic 6. Triangulation. This tactic introduces a third person into your dynamic to make you feel insecure and competitive. It looks like this. My ex, who never had a problem with this. Everyone else thinks you're overreacting. Steel Wise would never treat me this way. They bring in a third person, real or imagined, to make you feel like you're not enough, like you need to compete for their approval. The result? You try harder, you tolerate more, you lower your standards. Triangulation can also happen in workplaces. A manager who plays employees against each other to maintain control. How to shut it down. Refuse to compete. If someone constantly compares you to others, that's their issue, not your inadequacy. A person who respects you will never use someone else as a weapon against you. The moment someone introduces a third party to make you feel less, step back. That's a manipulation, not a conversation. Tactic 7. Future faking. And this last one might be the most painful of all. Future faking is when someone makes promises about the future that they never intend to keep. I'll change. I promise. Once things settle down, we'll work on us. Next month, I'll be different. I have big plans for us. Just trust me. These promises keep you hooked. They give you just enough hope to stay. But the future never comes. And every time you bring it up, there's a new excuse, a new timeline, a new promise. Months become years, and you realize the future they sold you was never real. How to shut it down. Judge people by their actions over time, not their promises. Anyone can say the right words. Consistent behavior over weeks and months. That's the only proof that matters. Hope is beautiful, but hope should never become a cage. So there you have it. 7 manipulation tactics that people use every single day. 1. Gaslighting, making you doubt your reality. 2. Love bombing, creating false emotional dependency. 3. Silent treatment, using silence as punishment. 4. Guilt tripping, making you responsible for their emotions. 5. Intermittent reinforcement, keeping you addicted to their approval. 6. Triangulation, using others to make you feel insecure. 7. Future faking, keeping you hooked on promises they'll never keep. Here's what I want you to remember. Recognizing manipulation is not about becoming cold or paranoid. It's about becoming clear. Clear about what you deserve. Clear about what's real. Clear about who truly has your best interests at heart. Knowledge is your protection. And now, you have it. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to see it. And if you want to go even deeper into dark psychology and self-protection, subscribe. Because our next video is going to be even more powerful. We're going to talk about love bombing in detail, why it feels so incredible, and exactly how it destroys people from the inside out. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you there.